Welcome everyone back to the School of Greatness podcast. We have the legendary Bob Proctor in the house. Good to see you, sir.
Good to be here, Liz.
Super glad that you're here. You've been an inspiration to so many people since the 60s.
Yeah.
But really, I learned about you from The Secret, which I think a lot of people learned about you in the mainstream world. And we were just having a conversation off camera about how you almost missed being in The Secret. So I'm curious if you could tell that story, how you...
Yeah, it was an interesting story. I had a message on my phone, but the message was very garbled. I didn't delete it. I hit pound and just...
This is the recording box, voice message recording.
And
yeah,
I was in an airport, and the message thing was full. So I phoned Gina. Gina Hayden's been my assistant. She's been with me for 33 years.
Wow.
Next week.
Wow.
Anyway, I said, Gina, my phone's full. Help me clean it up. I was in an airport. And so I said, I think this is the number. It sounds like an Aussie number. And I said, I think this is the person's name. Glenda. Was Rhonda Byrne made The Secret. Glenda was her sister. And she was doing the heavy lifting, I guess. So anyway, Gina, and they said something about a movie, but I said, oh, everything I'm telling you could be wrong. Well, she phoned me back in an hour and she said, no, everything you were telling me is right. She said, there's a film crew they're doing this film from Australia and they really wanted you in it, but they haven't been able to get a hold of you. And I thought, well, they couldn't have been trying too hard. They phoned my phone. They found the number. And, but she said, they're going back to Australia next week. They've been trying for a month to reach you. And they're shooting in Aspen all weekend. And Gina says, isn't that strange? Bob's doing a seminar in Aspen this weekend. I hadn't been to Aspen for 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
And so I just walked next door. I was working in a hotel. I just walked next door and walked into a little room. It wasn't much bigger than this. And they had cameras, and of course there was no air, and
You're sweaty. The lights are
it was terrible. I mean, you wouldn't have believed the way that was set up. And they had 2 cameras, one that was rolling in, one fixed. And that's the story. So I answered a zillion questions for them. And they got a roll going, and I just started to talk. And they loved what I was saying because it was along what they were looking for. And so I opened my computer and I put a page of PowerPoints up that would trigger my mind on different things. So they had me in there for a couple hours. And I never heard anything from them then. I think that was in